Hi guys, welcome to Poly 2. Learning another language can be a daunting prospect. But if it can be an enjoyable experience that immerses you in the language in a structured, rewarding way, fantastic results are achievable. With modern methods and technologies, acquiring a new language can be invigorating and, in fact, addictive. Poly 2 has developed an abundance of exercises, games, and resources in over 70 languages that have been designed to be faster, more enjoyable, and totally rewarding. If you've ever wanted to master another language, then Poly 2, through the power of artificial intelligence, is the most advanced solution on the planet right now. And so, as I take you through the site, you will see exactly why our approach has been so successful. 4 months from now, you can be speaking like a native if you choose to. And the best part is, all of this is included in the free version. Let me show you now. Registration is easy and totally free. You can choose your language. Just remember that the preferred language is the language you speak naturally. This is the language we will communicate with you in. You will be able to choose which languages you want to learn once you have logged in for the first time. You don't need to enter your telephone number, but it can come in handy later. Login is simple and you can choose your language here also. And here we are. This is the full version on display. You can choose which language you want to learn from the drop-down list here. English is the most popular, but we can teach you every one of the 70+ languages we support. Here you can see that this is an English speaker learning Italian, but when you choose your native preferred language, everything will be presented in that language. You can see from the menu above that we have quite a few resources available. The left side shows your achievements and rewards, which we'll talk about shortly, but the important part can be found just below here. Before we continue, something that most people don't realize is that about 70% of everyday conversation in any language is made up of just 500 words, and around 90% is covered by 1,500 words. Our courses consist of 100 short modules that teach an average of 30 words each, allowing for mastery of roughly 3,000 words. Each module covers a basic subject. Module 1 will get you up and speaking straight away, but the second module is more important as you will need to learn the alphabet and the sounds each letter makes. Here you can see we have completed 5 modules so far. If we go into the next module, you can see the list of new words and phrases that will be taught in this lesson. We then have an assortment of exercises for you to practice with, and then finally, the module test itself. This consists of 100 questions on the content above, and you must get 100% to pass.
È di fronte alla biblioteca, dietro la fontana.
But once you do, you know you really have learned everything in this module. If we go back to the dashboard, you can see we have many topics, and you don't have to learn things in order. If you want to learn how to book a hotel room before learning how to tell the time, for example, then that's fine. Okay, so there's a lot that can be learned, but you need to retain and reinforce that knowledge. And it has been found that the best way to do that is to make it into a game. And so here we go. We will shortly have a dozen or more games for you to enjoy, but one of the important ones is the progress practice game here. And so if we open it up, you will be presented with 100 random questions from the modules that you have already completed. This means that everything you have
14.
learned is not forgotten while you learn more. Once you get to 8 modules completed, you can compete for gold, which allows you to buy things from the shop, which we'll show you shortly. The leaderboards are dependent on accuracy first, and then the time, which you can see just above there. Okay, so it's great to learn all of these phrases and such, but there is another aspect to learning a language that isn't always catered to, and that is verbs and their conjugations. And so we have the verbs supplied here in order of how commonly they appear in the language. By being allowed to master verb conjugations, you effectively become a true mechanic of the language. There are 16 tenses for each verb, and as you learn each, you will become familiar with the way the verb conjugations work for all of them. Now, this is a pretty large aspect of learning a language, and so, if we go back to the games pages, we have the verb conjugations game. And here you can choose how many of the verbs you want to practice with. So if you've only learned the first 3, the verb conjugation game will let you practice with those 3 alone until you have mastered them and you can move on. Each of the difficulty levels here also have their own competitions for coin rewards. But once you win one of those, you must move on to the next level. And finally, we have nouns. It's great to know how to talk about things, but if you don't know the name of things, then you're going to be in trouble. And so we have listed the most common nouns for you to practice with. And yes, we have a game for these as well. That is called Picture Quiz and can be found here. Simple stuff. If you get it wrong, then you will be corrected and you'll just continue to learn. If you have any specific questions, then you can go directly to the translation page, where you can either type or speak directly into the translator, and it will give you the text translation and the audio pronunciation. This is another good way to test your pronunciation, if you switch the languages over.
Come ho fatto a diventare così bella?
Let's have a quick look at the shop. Interlinga lets you acquire coins which count as real credit. You can earn these by completing modules, inviting friends and colleagues, and by winning any of our competitions. We'll show you more about this in another video. But once you've earned them, you can come here to the shop and buy premium features and memberships. We have one other feature that deserves a video of its own, and that is the chat facility. Now this is where you can actually speak to the language tutor, and it will respond with either corrections or conversational replies. You will see that a translation is available, as well as an audio file showing you how the sentence is pronounced.
Ciao. Molto bene, sono contento di sentirlo. Come posso aiutarti oggi con l'italiano?
But, as well as that, if you have a friend or colleague that speaks another language, you can invite them onto Poly2 to not only learn another language, but simply to chat, where the system will automatically translate their messages into your language and your messages into their language, making for seamless communication. We even have group chat that lets you speak to many people in their own language. As such, there is one final facility that we've provided so that you can tell us how to improve. We think there's no better language learning method, but we're covering over 70 languages. If you come upon anything that needs fixed, or would like any other facility that might help you learn a language better, then tell us about it in the suggestions page. Genuine requests will also be rewarded with coins. So tell us what you think and help us improve the service for you. There's quite a bit more we will show you in other videos. This is only an introduction. But, like they say, the best time to have started this was 4 months ago. The next best time is today. Welcome to Poly 2.